Well, as we know, Marjorie Taylor Greene often criticizes Israel for trying to influence America, and that goes for the Epstein files too.
I do want to ask you about something you posted just yesterday on X. You questioned who and what country is putting so much pressure on Trump to keep the Epstein files hidden. And you included a picture about donations from pro-Israel lobbying group AIPAC. What are you trying to say there?
Well, I think it's the question that many Americans are asking, especially when we saw information recently come out in these emails that the Oversight Committee that I serve on has released. And we saw Jeffrey Epstein with ties to Ehud Barak. We saw him making business deals with them, also business deals that involved the Israeli government, and seems to have led into their intel agencies. And I think the right question is to ask is, was Jeffrey Epstein working for Israel?
Well, many people think that's a fair question, and we're going to be putting that to our panel in just a moment. But first, a very quick look at Epstein's other connections to Israel. Well, joining me now is Nina Burley, who was an executive producer on a documentary show called Epstein's Shadow, Ghislaine Maxwell. And we also have Vic Hartman, a former FBI agent, coincidentally, in Marjorie Taylor Greene's state of Georgia. Welcome to the program, both of you. Vic Hartman, I know you differ here because you don't believe there can be a conspiracy where all these videotapes and audio tapes are held in secret.
Yes. So first of all, I live in a fact-based world and really don't get into conspiracy theories. There's a lot of reasons why I don't think that Israel was working on some type of compromise operation in the U.S. To work a foreign counterintelligence operation out of country, like into the U.S., that's a challenge. Not that it's not done, but it's rarely done. Then you would use your host nation, which would be the U.S., so the FBI should be aware of this or would learn of it sometimes. And secondly, both Israel and the U.S. don't engage with pedophiles as part of their undercover operations. So I don't think any reputable regime or country would do that. Most importantly, where's the evidence? So in 2005, the Palm Beach Police Department started an investigation and executed search warrants, subpoenas, and then they quickly got out of hand with them, or more complicated. So they brought in the FBI, who, if there's any compromise operation, would have either known of it or learned of it. So then there was an undercover operation, Operation Leap Year by the FBI, and it went into now a lengthy undercover operation. A lot of information was found, and the line prosecutor wrote a 60-page indictment to charge Epstein. Now, Alex Acosta, the U.S. Attorney in Miami, reached a deal with Alan Dershowitz, and they settled the case. But the FBI obtained all that information. The Palm Beach Police Department first had it. And since that time, there's been a subsequent prosecution. So there's been analysts, FBI agents, state prosecutors, federal prosecutors that saw all of this. And if there were links to Israel or others, that would have been uncovered. That would be in this treasure trove of information. And the body of people who have been exposed to this is probably in the hundreds. And I can tell you there's one thing that unites everybody is about pedophilia. And if they saw any of this or any links to this, it would be exposed. So for all those reasons, I don't think there's any Israeli operation in the U.S. Or there's any evidence of that at all.
Vic, isn't it likely that if he was related to any intelligence operation, that would be of a sort of classified nature that we would never be a party to?
Well, you bring up a good point there. So what the FBI would have done is they would have quashed this, or they wouldn't have brought it forward with the prosecution. It was proposed, the FBI supported the prosecution in 2005, 2006, and then the subsequent one in 2019. So all this information would have to be disclosed. When you have criminal investigations that come in conflict with the counterintelligence program, you have to decide which one's weightier. Do you go for the prosecution, or we're going to go with national security? The government in this instance said we're going to go with the prosecution, which is another reason I don't believe there's some counterintelligence operation either through Israel or the U.S. The FBI supported this 58-page, 60-count indictment. And what that does in a criminal context, it triggers discovery. Now the defense has the right to see everything. All these files would have come out if there wasn't a settlement. And the FBI 100% supported that and wanted that prosecution, except for the U.S. Attorney in Miami, who settled a sweetheart deal and let the state and prosecutors settle that case. So it's just another reason that the FBI wanted open and complete disclosure during discovery every step of the way.
Nina Burley and Vic Hartman, thank you both for your analysis today. Hopefully we can pick it up another time. Thank you. And thank you at home and on your phones for watching. If you want to see this episode or any of our previous episodes, go to our channel on YouTube, type in Nexus TRT World. Until next week then, goodbye.